All right, let's talk Blue Archive. If you've ever been curious about this really unique RPG, you are in the perfect place. We're going to get you totally prepped for your very first day as a sensei.
So let's just jump right into the core idea, right? Imagine this. You're a teacher, but you're in a city where every single student carries a gun as just a normal part of their day. Yeah, it's a wild concept, and that's exactly where this whole adventure kicks off.
Okay, so this wild place, it's got a name, Kivotos. It's a massive academy city, and this is where you step in. Let's get you settled into your new job.
So, who are you in all this? Well, you're not just another student. You are the sensei. Think of yourself as the guide, the mentor, the one who's going to help these students navigate all the crazy stuff that academy life in Kivotos is going to throw at them.
And get this, Kivotos isn't just one big school. No. It's a whole city packed with different academies, and each one has its own vibe. It's this awesome mix of, regular school drama and, well, high-stakes tactical action. It's what makes the world feel so alive.
All right, so you know where you are and who you are. But what do you actually do? That brings us to the real meat of the game, recruiting your students and, you guessed it, leading them to victory.
The whole thing boils down to this super simple but super addictive loop. Step 1, you recruit students. Step 2, you build a squad. Step 3, you lead them in combat. That's it. That's the core cycle that's going to power your whole journey.
Okay, so recruiting students, how does that actually work? It's all about something called the gotcha system. And if you've never heard of gotcha before, just think of it like a lottery for characters. It's that thrill of not knowing who you're going to pull next that makes building your team so exciting.
So you've got your squad. Now it's time for combat. But listen, this isn't just about mashing buttons and hoping for the best. The combat is turn-based, which means you actually have time to think. It's all about strategy, right? You got to know your students' skills and use them at just the right moment to clinch that win.
But just collecting a bunch of powerful students isn't going to cut it. The real game here, the deep stuff, is about making them work together. It's about turning a group of individuals into one cohesive, unstoppable squad. And that's all about strategy and synergy.
So where do you even start? Well, it begins with the classic roles you see in a lot of RPGs. You're going to need your heavy hitters, the damage dealers, to take enemies out fast. Then you need a tank, someone to stand up front and soak up all the enemy fire. And of course, a supporter, to heal your team and give them those game-changing boosts. Getting that balance right, that's your first big step to building a winning team.
But it's not just about ticking boxes. The magic word here is synergy. It's about finding students whose skills play off each other perfectly. Like, imagine you've got one student who pulls a bunch of enemies into one spot, and then bam, your other student drops a huge area attack right on top of them. That's the stuff. That kind of smart combo is how you can take down enemies that are way stronger than you on paper. This is where things get really fun.
And of course, your students aren't just static. They grow right along with you. You'll be leveling them up, getting them better gear, and this isn't just for bigger numbers. It actually unlocks totally new skills, making your favorite characters even more versatile and powerful in a fight.
Okay, so you've built your dream team. You've leveled them up and geared them out. Now what? Well, now it's time to put all that hard work to the test in some of the game's biggest and baddest challenges.
You've basically got two main ways to show off your skills. First, there's the arena. That's your classic PvP, your squad against another player's squad, head-to-head strategy. But if you're more of a team player, you can jump into raid competitions. That's where you and other players work together to fight these enormous bosses for some seriously awesome loot.
You know what makes a game truly great? When it keeps you coming back for more. And that's exactly what Blue Archive is built for. It's a living, breathing world, so your job as sensei is never, ever really done.
This world is constantly expanding. I'm talking regular content updates, awesome seasonal events, sometimes even cool collaborations with other franchises. And, of course, there are always new story chapters dropping, which means there's always something new to look forward to just around the corner. And hey, you're not doing all this by yourself. You can join things like clubs to team up with other players, work towards common goals, and earn rewards together. There's a real sense of community here, which is pretty awesome.
So there you have it. That's your crash course for your first day in Blue Archive. You've got this whole world of deep strategy, charming characters, and a story that just keeps getting bigger, all at your fingertips. So really, the only question left is, with all this ahead of you, how are you going to lead your students to victory?